going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are on show 9 of Nature Boy, aka Eligio Bishop, the cult of Atlanta. Yeah, this cult is still a thing. All right. So shout out to Hood Horrors. He aired his 40th episode of the series earlier this week. And I am so excited to continue on with reacting to his series. It's so good. You can literally binge watch all 40 episodes that is on Hood Horror's channel on the playlist, which will be linked in the description of my video. So shout out to him doing fantastic work. And I just enjoy the series and want you guys to kind of understand, what this cult leader, cult of personality looks like, and how, it's always involving somebody pulling on the emotions of, underserved or underprivileged people. Um, Especially when it comes to spirituality, or it becomes some sort of a sex cult of some sort, just like David E. Taylor, a fake apostle who has been indicted by the FBI. And Nature Boy, aka Eligio Bishop, is in jail for the rest of his life plus 10 years. So they only get away with it but for so long, but it takes people to step up and to report it and to ensure that the criminal activity, they face judgment in court. And so it's more important for me to continue on with these series because there are a lot of people who might not know who Hood Horrors is. And hopefully you guys can get more exposure to other content creators to be able to check out their content and what they're doing and ways that they're trying to help give awareness and to put people on alert. Hear the signs and symptoms of what to pay attention to from some of these cult leaders that are running around here, you know, doing illegal things, and then they're taking money and they're, just taking advantage of people, their own people in their own communities. And it has to be stopped. So make sure you guys hit the like button, share the video, become a subscriber to the Lady Luck Club, and consider becoming a member. We are soaring off and the support is growing here. And I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. It warms my heart. So I don't like to give long intros, but for some reason I have to keep saying hit the like button. Yeah, I don't know why. But either way, hit the damn like button. Let's get to it. This is going to be show 9 of The Rise and Fall of Nature Boy. Shout out to Hood Horrors. Make sure you guys go check out his channel. Give him a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let him know I sent you. All right, let's get to it.
Previously on The Rise and Fall of Nature Boy and Carbonation.
The test comes back positive. I'm pregnant.
Joy will leave the relationship with Nature Boy not too long after Sheila. This will be the cause of Pee Wee and Moose's final breakup.
A week or two go by. Now she wants Musa back. So, whatever. She's called a family meeting, and once again, I was stripped away from Musa, and she was with him.
Wow.
During the previous year of 2017, a 33-year-old man named Shaka from Pomona, California, had been diagnosed with a rare form of spinal cancer and given a life expectancy of only a few more years to live.
I was having a lot of back pain, and I ended up going paralyzed. I couldn't walk. For like 3 months, I had to start taking steroids. Then they couldn't figure it out, so then they did a biopsy. Cut a hole in my back, put a camera up there, scraped it. They told me, like 2 weeks later, you got multiple myeloma on your spine. You got like 3 years because you're like stage 2 already.
It was during this time he would begin searching the internet for natural cures for his illness.
Oh.
This is when he would discover Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was a Honduran-born, self-proclaimed herbalist healer that believed mucus and acidity in the body was the cause of all diseases. He believed the cure to any illness was by eating the right foods.
The black race has the answer to the world's health. We have the answer to their disease state. What I believe is to eat food that came out of the product of life itself. I don't care whether you're Chinese, Eskimo, Arab, or what. If you eat something natural, you're going to be healed.
Disease is cured by this man. His name is Dr. Sebi, but you won't find a medical degree hanging from his wall. Instead, a certificate of healing.
Around the same time as finding Dr. Sebi, Shaka would stumble upon Nature Boy and Carbonation videos.
What does that mean? A certificate of healing? Where did you get that from? And I mean, we've seen in earlier episodes where a member went out. She was older, Mama Dia, and she passed away in a tent from heart failure, heart conditions. And she went to this cult hoping to be able to, eat more natural, wholesome foods and fruits and all these things that this dumb cult leader was promoting. But he was also promoting not taking medication. He's not a doctor. But you have someone called Dr. CB, who's not a doctor, being referred to as a doctor. That should be an insult to everyone in the medical field, one. And two, certainly not qualified to tell someone to cure every disease on earth. You just need to eat natural homegrown food. Not saying that food is not important, but it's not the only factor when it comes to improving your health. Certain things are just genetically embedded in you. And you can eat healthy foods from start to finish, from the moment you're born to the moment you pass away. There are just certain things that is beyond your control, and you might need some sort of advanced medicine to help you. Don't listen to someone that does not have a medical degree when it comes to your health, because you know your body better than some stranger across the world in Honduras. All right. Ugh.
Everybody here at Carbonation is super healthy. We're glowing, you know what I mean? Like
They have
our
venereal
skin, our cells
diseases.
are regenerating. We're getting plenty of the elements, and we have the divine knowledge instilled to us by the Honorable Master Teacher, Nature Boy, that keeps us grounded.
Shaka developed an online friendship with Nature Boy, and gradually he began following his teachings. Nature Boy's belief that moving closer to the equator and living closer to nature began to resonate with him the most.
We belong in nature. We belong closer to the sun, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Get there. Get in tune. It's a sacred thing
Based
for
on
us.
what science?
We need to get back in tune with what's sacred. If we just get back in tune with nature, everything becomes second nature to us.
Shaka would start his own tribe and move to Mexico with his wife Azine and 3 other tribe members in 2018. The move to Mexico wasn't intended to join Nature Boy. It was to embark on his own healing journey. But when he bumped into Carbonation at a local store, his journey would suddenly change course.
Stuff is cheap out here. It's really cheap out here too. Like, you need to know that. Get what you want. We balling. Get what you want. We balling out here.
Me and my wife was there. I was getting her wraps.
Yeah, they were balling. They were balling, spending other people's money. Just remember that. I mean, from earlier episodes, Nature Boy spent well over $40,000 or $50,000 of other people's money. How was he paying child support again?
We were around. We had the store, and I'm like, Dad, they look like them niggas right there.
God.
And so I yelled at him like, "Aye!" And he looked, and he was like, "Yo!" He threw up his hand. I'm like, you know, we all been talking on the internet, but we never met before until this point. On TV, they look healthier than the motherfucker. But when I read it, they was frail, skinny. I'm like, nigga.
Shaka, along with his wife and tribe members, would join Carbonation on the land in Palenque, but they would only stay for 5 days. The first thing that caught their attention when they arrived was how beautiful the property was.
They got a pool in the back. This has got coconut. It got every fruit tree you can think of on this property. I'm talking about everything. So it's just like an oasis. It's just a big ass property. And then the house has got like 4 bedrooms in it, but everybody else got their own tents. Nature Boy's tent was the flyest shit. The nigga shit was flush to the motherfucker. Made you want to be there longer. You know what I'm saying?
If everybody lived like me, the system would go down. Facts. I don't have to build anything. I order it to be built. I'm a king. You understand what I'm saying? If I want something built, it'll be built. I'll have it built. How do I have Wi-Fi out here? I'll show you. Hold on. I can show you how I have Wi-Fi. I built the tower. You can see it through these trees. See here. You see, I'm in the jungle. There's no Wi-Fi here. But I had this tower built. You can kind of see it's right there. I had the little tower built. See that little antenna up there? That little antenna up there? That's how I'm getting my Wi-Fi. See that? I had that put here so we can reach the nearest city so I can get Wi-Fi here. Where I live, absolutely no Wi-Fi. I built
Was that legal?
Had it built. Boom. That's how I do it.
By stealing it. So that wasn't legal. I can imagine that was not legal.
That's how you get the Wi-Fi. In the jungle with the Wi-Fi.
The nigga painted the perfect picture. You know, this is them. This is it.
Although Shaka's time with the group in Mexico would be short-lived, he would turn out to be a critical part of the Carbonation story in the future. The year of 2018 would have its challenges for Nature Boy, but it would be during the last few months of that year that would prove to be by far the most difficult. For at least 6 months, Carbonation had been dealing with rumors online of them spreading STDs within the group. But it would be towards the end of the year when current and ex-members will begin to verify the rumors.
It was a lot of people coming for healing. See, a lot of these people first came because they had issues.
Many of my members were diagnosed with herpes, but they do not have herpes anymore. at one time in their life they were diagnosed with herpes, that they don't have herpes. Most people get diagnosed with a sickness that come to me. So most people like, yo, I got herpes. Most people that come, that herpes is an easy one. That's a simple, easy healing thing, because that's just stupidity.
Has Nature Boy given you any illness that has been confirmed by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, how is herpes easy? I highly doubt he would be able to identify herpes under a microscope. He probably would not know how to read any testing results regarding herpes. And let's not forget, none of this is being confirmed with blood work. None of this is being confirmed with blood work. Meaning you're going to a doctor to draw blood out of your body, and then they run it through a machine to see if there are any cells of herpes detected, the herpes virus detected in your blood. How would this clown know if you're cured? And he has no way to test your blood to see that. Is he aware that herpes is a virus? It's not a bacterial infection. It's a virus. I mean, this is Nature Boy is so stupid.
Okay. Now, upon Nature Boy giving you this illness, have you confronted Nature Boy about it? And if so, what was his response?
Oh, right away. His response was, "How do I know you didn't come here with it?"
He can no longer say that he don't know he got something, because somebody has asked this nigga, what the fuck did you give me? And so Nature Boy, from that point on, if he tried to say he didn't know before, he knew then. And that was, what, 2017?
Like, I'm about to tear up. That was not a part of the plan. All right. Yeah, that was 2017.
Right. So that was 2017. It's going to be 2019. So damn near for 2 years, this nigga has still been engaging with hella women, passing hella women around, knowing that he's carrying illnesses.
Any woman that has ever been over there with Nature Boy, as far as when he's either been in Costa Rica or Mexico, have they ever confided in you and told you that he gave them an STD? We won't name the STD, but we'll say, have they ever confided in you and say he gave you an STD? No, excuse me, that he gave them an STD.
Yes, they have.
Okay. And would you say it was 1, 2, 3? If you had to throw a number out there, how many women would you say?
I would say about 3.
Okay. Okay. See, we're getting somewhere. You got 3 different women. Okay? 3 different women have told this woman that Nature Boy have gave them STDs after having sex with him in his coat and leaving. They were spreading STDs. How does it make you feel to see this nigga not only over there, you know, being tyrannical, but the fact that he's not caring about his health?
And what's so criminal about it is that when you have a viral disease that is incurable, I mean, you can take medications to, you know, numb down the symptoms of it, the flare-ups, but the virus itself is incurable. Once you have it for life. There's no cure for it. And then he's willfully and intentionally spreading it amongst others who are probably coming to this cult disease-free. It's so disgusting. The fact that he admitted that people come there with an STD. He's sleeping with them. But we all know he's a, you know, pathological liar. So there are plenty of people who went to that cult without a venereal disease and caught it from the people inside the cult. Nature Boy included. And all he had to do was prove it with some blood work. No, that's too much like right.
How does that make you feel that he's convinced them to not care about theirs either?
It's crazy. I'm at the place where I don't know why any woman would pack up and go over there in the first fucking place. And when you get there, you are immediately having sex with someone you just fucking met.
I had never got tested for any STDs other than what I naturally had in 2017, which was a case of HVS1 herpes or whatever. And so in 2017, I was diagnosed with that. But all of my partners have known that.
Everybody has herpes lying dormant in them, and everybody has every disease lying dormant in them. It's just that certain people, it shows out to let you know that it's an indication of you living in imbalance.
So when I was in Babylon, I was in my lower self. I was dealing with this woman in my life. We were getting ready to have our first child. And I'm like, what, 19 Babylon years? I'm like 19, 20. I wasn't prepared for that mentally. I was still mentally underdeveloped. So right a little bit after she conceived, she started getting irritation, right, in her vagina. So I'm like, damn, all right, boom, let's go to the doctors. They do the little checks and everything. They do a check and they end up saying, oh, you got you have herpes. That's what they tell the girl that I'm dealing with at the time. She was my Babylon baby mother, right? I was like, oh shit. Within the next couple of days, I have a breakout, my first breakout. And I'm not talking about oral, I'm talking about genital. So I got herpes. I'm like, fuck, my life's over. Damn. I was messing with other women at the time and I was feeling guilty because it's like some of them I wasn't telling them. I feel bad for them. So one thing leads to another. I run into Dr. Sebi.
The root of Nature Boy's teachings about diseases and healings could easily.
Why weren't these people charged with intentionally and knowingly spreading an incurable disease to others? You see how sometimes our, so-called passiveness allows people to get away with criminality because we don't put our foot down and draw the line. Now, let me find out someone, like if I know someone that is knowingly spreading an incurable viral disease, I'm reporting you to the damn police. That's it. I don't care if you got I don't care about that. This boy had a baby on the way. He's talking about 19 Babylonian years. I mean, okay, so how old are you in the desert or in the jungle? Somehow your age changes depending on where you are between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. You're still 19, 20 years old. It doesn't matter where you are. The only thing that changes is time zones. But it's not like it's going to catapult you, thousands of years into the future. What is he talking about? 19 Babylonian years. You're 19 years old in human years.
Be traced back to Dr. Sebi. Even his B6 diet was nothing more than a copy of Dr. Sebi's self-food philosophy. Nature Boy had only added a few things to it, such as beans and rice, which Dr. Sebi was firmly against.
Because they contain starch. And you will not find energy where there is acid. You find energy where there is alkalinity. Carrot acid, beans acid, rice is acid.
As Nature Boy came into the beginning stages of his journey, he would mix Dr. Sebi's philosophy with the teachings of others who practice pseudoscience, such as Dr. Bruce Lipton.
The most valid science is quantum physics. There's more truth than any other science.
So we have quantum physics.
Using different parts of what he learned from them,
pseudoscience.
Nature Boy combined their teachings together to create the carbonation ideology, which was mandatory for all of his followers to know and teach. Of all of Nature Boy's 5 sciences, he believed that grounding was the most important to curing any disease. He believed grounding relieved stress, and since disease was in the mind, the less stress on the mind and body, the less likely you were to have disease.
Usually we're on the ground. You don't want to be in a bed at all. A bed is like a sponge. You're 70% water. A bed is a sponge. Do the math.
Yeah.
So while you're sleeping at night, that motherfucker is collecting what? All your water. So you wake up and you wonder why you got crust in your eyes and shit.
It's collecting all your water?
Watch this. I'm holding this, get my feet off the ground. Where I'm at, 4 degrees, right? 5.6. Right. So now I'm gonna lay down on my little earthen pad. Chill. I'm gonna sit up off my little earthen pad, stretch. Y'all see those numbers? With a sheet. No
what type of machine is that?
It's a difference.
There's many people online teaching these sciences, but nobody has weaved it together. Nobody has shown you how they work together and broke it down in such a way for you to understand it other than the honorable, immoral prophet, Eligio Christ.
Although Nature Boy had gotten a majority of his ideology from Dr. Sebi, as his popularity grew and more people began looking towards him for healing, he would...
What type of testing machine was that? How do we know that that is something valid that actually does test for, acidity or alkalinity? Oh, I mean, what type of machine was that? I'm not even going to watch a cult leader's videos to find out. I can guarantee you he probably didn't use it correctly because he's not a doctor. He's not a doctor. He's not a doctor. Thought I would say that 3 times because Umar Johnson isn't one either, but whatever.
Began criticizing Dr. Sebi by making videos, calling him a fraud.
Dr. Sebi wants to be a drug dealer. Babylon takes herbs and sells it as drugs, pharmaceutical. pharmaceutical. You want to go be a drug dealer. So Dr. Sebi became a drug dealer.
Like many other Carbonation members, when Serenity first found Nature Boy, she had been suffering from a sickness as well. She was suffering from autoimmune deficiency, not to be confused with AIDS. After numerous failed attempts at curing her illness with doctors, she hit the internet in search of something different.
My situation started when I was very young. I was 3 years old, and I always had vaginal problems as a little girl. Like, it was something I always dealt with. I had a overactive immune system. If anything that comes to my body, it is going to react because it feels anything's a parasite that should not be there. And then also the doctor said that I had fungus in my stomach. I had a digestive problem. So that's why I was receiving so many infections. I'm thinking it was my vagina, but the whole time it was my digestive system. It was my stomach. The bacteria and the yeast got out of control to the point where the medicine wasn't even working for me anymore. And so my vagina was completely out of whack. It was like, it's done. It's not, the medicine it just wasn't going to work. It was immune to the medicine. And so, of course, as most Black people do when they want to heal themselves and when they think of healing and health, they go to Dr. Sebi. Well, the first video that I saw was the Honorable Master T.
No. The first thing people do is go to a licensed physician. Why would he be the first option? Or is this in this conscious community? I don't know. Maybe that's what she meant. Because no, the first thing that reasonable, sane-minded people do is contact an actual specialist, a licensed physician of some sort. Not someone named Dr. Sebi, who's not a real doctor. Is she crazy?
Nature Boy, as to why Dr. Sebi and the rest of those people were
Sebi, whatever.
Your money.
Dr. Sebi looks like my biological dad, so I automatically loved him. Like I was like, I like the way he talks, I like the way he looks, I like the. But at the end of the day, when I seen them prices for the herbs, I was like, what? $200 for what? I see the whole gimmick. These guys use their personality, tell you what you want to hear because Black people want to hear that anyway. Tell you what you want to hear, and you fall in love with them. But in the meanwhile, they charge you a product.
No shit, Sherlock. That's what cult leaders do. Like yourself, Nature Boy. He did the same thing, except his product was buffoonery and a cult.
That product is $5. The herb ain't nothing out here. I'm in the tropics. They grow like wild grass. And all somebody does is package it up and sell it to you for $200. It's a fraud. That's called fraud.
It convicted me. As soon as I watched that video, I was convicted. So I ended up reaching out to him and we were conversing through text. And I must have said something that triggered him. So he ended up calling me. And I do not specifically remember what he said to me in that conversation. But I remember the power.
You don't remember what he said to you, but you remember the power of the words you can't remember. Frauds calling out frauds. It's just hilarious. The hypocrisy on top of hypocrisy, stacks on top, stacks on stacks and stacks, racks on racks on racks. Like, it's just ridiculous. A fraud calling out another fraud. I can't remember what he said, but I remember it being powerful. It could have been wah, 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 wah. And that was so powerful. All those womp, womp, womps. Oh, I couldn't believe it. It just blessed my soul. Girl.
And I promise you that day I was healed. The smell, the stench, the irritation went away. Honorable Master Teacher has changed me and healed me, and where I no longer have those summons anymore.
The Honorable Master Teacher has healed many of us, because all is mental. It's something he always teaches us, that all is mental.
No, the herpes is sexually transmitted. It's not transmitted through the mind. It's transmitted through DNA. It's sexually transmitted. Don't know why someone without a medical degree will tell you that we're all born with herpes virus. What?
Regardless of how many people could testify to the power of Nature Boy's healing abilities, the amount of backlash he received for disparaging Dr. Sebi was overwhelming. He will ultimately be forced to make an online apology.
I would like to make a public apology to Dr. Sebi. My heart has only been to be righteous.
You coward.
In the process of that, I have attacked Dr. Sebi. I don't agree with charging people for what's free, and I stand on that. Yet, I still honor our ancestors. I was out of line. I was out of the Mayat law. I was offending others, and I was wrong.
At the same time of him dealing with the Dr. Sebi backlash, he was also.
I can't believe he said I was wrong. I think this might be the only time he says those words. That's it. And if he says it any other time, it's because he's trying to be relatable, while he then turns around and has this godlike complex. Are you kidding?
Dealing with backlash from the family members of some of his members.
They must
Just
have told
because
him
you
they were
don't have
whipping
a
his ass.
mother or a father or people that care about you that's not reaching out to you doesn't mean that everybody else is in that same, position. So it's like, we got people out here that's trying every day to talk to their family, and we're all blocked. Don't get it misconstrued. Like, we're blocked. We can't talk to our family members. All this stuff you're putting on social media is following you. Like, you don't understand. You're just talking about you don't care. I'm trying to live nature, life and all that. Then why are you constantly putting all this negativity on the media? Like, we're not supposed to care. Like, we're supposed to sit back and eat popcorn like, oh, this dude crazy. Let me continue. No. Social media is, like, going to kill you. Social media is now your receipts, your evidence that if we take this to the government, if we take this to the embassy, they will use that and say, oh, this dude is crazy.
Can we come over there and see our kids? Fuck all that. Can we come over there and see our kids? Yes or no? Right now. Don't be a bitch. Yes or no? Can we come over there? Should I take that as a no? I'm going to take that as a no. And I'm going to tell you right now. I'm glad you exposed yourself because I'm going to send your bitch ass to jail. You remember that, here? Remember I told you that. Remember I told you that, bro.
We all remember Pops Marquez. Rest in peace. We all remember. He is in jail for the rest of his life, plus 10 years. You're never getting out, Nature Boy. You're never getting out.
You're a fucking bitch.
Yep.
I got your number.
Well, I guess he just exposed himself, so.
No, he didn't. He put you in your place.
It. I guess he just exposed himself, so you know what I mean? What can we say?
Coward.
A man that want to put another man in jail.
Yep.
A black man at that.
For what?
A black man want to put another black man behind bars.
No, just an R word.
Yeah. Y'all see him disrespect me.
No, he didn't.
Now y'all see him call me out my name. You know what I mean? We had
Nature Boy is a big ass coward that has a venereal disease that is somehow a dumb black man that hates women and has committed many crimes that led to him going to jail for the rest of his life plus 10 years. No one should feel bad about that. He is exactly where he belongs, caged up like an animal that he is. And I'm going to sleep peacefully tonight. It doesn't bother me at all.
To sit here and talk like men. I was just about to call Eliana and you didn't want to talk to her. And if you was cared about your daughter, then you would take any measure to talk to your baby. So
not
if
to
you
have
really
to beg
cared
you
about
for
your daughter, then when I was about to call her up here, you would have been on live like, baby, I'm coming to get you. Daddy love you. Don't worry about nothing. I got you type shit. But no, you don't care about your daughter. And that's the sad part about it.
I don't understand the disrespect.
He doesn't care about his three children.
If that's how you want to handle it, I mean, hey, gloves can come off.
The tension between Nature Boy and Pops had reached its breaking point.
Yep.
Pops will go on to do an interview with young Pharaoh, which will send Nature Boy's anger through the roof.
How you doing this evening?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Just coming in here this evening with the flaming soap.
I appreciate everything you're doing, too. I wanted to ask you, could I say something to my daughter? I just need you to be smart about what you're doing, baby girl. You're making decisions for yourself, but you got to realize you're also making decisions for that child that you carry. All I'm asking her to do is have that baby on American soil. That's all I need her to do. So if anything go wrong, we'll be able to have access to help her, because if that baby is born on Mexican soil as a Mexican, then guess what? There's not going to be no we can go over there and get this baby and take this baby and help this baby until she get where she needs to be.
Why would you have your child trapped in a country where its entire other family is in another country? The entire Marquez family is in the U.S.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. Have the baby here, then go back to the fucking jungle. Just make sure the baby's straight. All she got to do is drive across the fucking border, have the fucking baby, and then go back.
I hope if they don't do nothing else, that she at least do that. Come over here, give birth, take her ass back. You got a lot of people coming at the family and they making statements to y'all that's not necessarily fair. You know, things like why y'all don't go get her or da-da-da, or y'all don't care, when it's like,
I want everybody to understand this. Velvet is grown. I'm gonna tell y'all that again. I love her to death, and what I need her to do is be smart about what she's doing.
I know what Nature Boy does. He likes to keep reinforcing himself as your only ally. And so
I just want to ask you a question so that if Velvet sees this, she knows that's not true. Not true. If Velvet ever decided she wanted to leave, right, despite the fact that she's blatantly let Nature Boy disrespect y'all, she still has a family that not only she could come home to, but will aid her home, correct?
Man, let me tell you something. You can fuss, you can fight all day long with your family. At some point, you have to forgive each other. If you can't forgive each other, then you're truly not family. So, would she be able to come home? Would she be able to call any one of us? Yes.
People can't stand that my wife is submissive to me. And she loves me and she don't challenge me with masculinity. She challenges me and with femininity in a feminine way. But she ain't trying to be no man. She embodies the full essence of the feminine, the divine feminine. So our energies flow perfectly. And people can't stand that we ain't fighting and they can't turn her against me. You know, they trying so hard to turn her against me. They went and got her Babylon father. Oh, like he ever really cared about her, trying to get attention, brother. You ain't nothing. You ain't fooling nobody, brother. You not fooling nobody.
What is going on here?
We know you over here. They don't know you. We know you. We know what you did. We know what happened, man. You're not fooling nobody. I take care of her now. The least you can say is thank you to me as the way you was treating her. That's why she came to me.
It's about he takes care of her, and is she standing here washing his face like he doesn't have two hands? And he's recording it as if he's sizing up her father. You're not her father. You're the one that put sperm in her and made a baby. Well, he had 3 other kids now, as far as I'm counting here, because let's not forget about the young lady with the waffle issue that he kicked out the cult that was pregnant with his baby unless she went and had that addressed and handled. If she gave birth, he has 3 biological children of his own that you're not seeing him interact with. You're not seeing him talk to. You're not seeing him take care of. You're not seeing him being really involved in these kids' lives. He's not doing live streams where he's helping the children with homework or anything like that. You don't see that happening. And yet you have a father that is desperately trying to reach out to his daughter, who is an adult, but who's also pregnant. So he's about to be a grandfather. I don't know if this is his first grandchild or what. But he has his daughter and granddaughter out here. And he just wants to make sure they're okay. And, you know, spoiler alert, she did not have the baby in the United States of America because she's hard-headed.
And when she got here, I treat her like you see, she's chiefess, Nana, meaning queen. Why? With a grown-ass man.
Let a woman bathe him.
Old enough to be young Pharaoh's father. Why? And I question, why would a grown-ass man old enough to be young Pharaoh's father get on young Pharaoh? Like he is somebody. Who the fuck? This nigga ain't even got no experience in life. Why the hell would you ever go on somebody's show that's attacking her husband? She don't like when young Pharaoh doing that. Why would you go on young Pharaoh's show? Because you don't give a fuck about her and what she feel. I want you to think for a moment. What man, if you got a daughter, right? What man? You have to respect your daughter's wishes. First of all, your daughter have her own mind. She a grown woman now. You telling her to come back to the States to have the baby. Not you supposed to be older, right? You supposed to be traveled. So if you know that people have children in other countries that are U.S. citizens all the time and get the passport right in that country through the U.S. embassy, you would know that if you were traveled. You're supposed to be an older young man, but you ain't doing it. You wanted to bring up something just
giving out word talent.
Get to me. I'm daddy now, nigga. And now you can say that's disrespectful all you want, man.
Pops would do another interview with young Pharaoh, but this time he made it quite clear that Nature Boy had crossed the point of no return.
He ran and raving talking about how I went on young Pharaoh, and young Pharaoh is a youngster, and how could a grown man do that? See, what he got to understand is that young Pharaoh is a man amongst men. You give me 3 minutes, I'm going to give you 3 minutes.
That's right.
You talk about people, you want to cut people off when they talking, people talking to their own children. You want to barge your way in because you don't have no family, and you don't want nobody else to have no family. And I was sitting there looking at this video today, and I saw my daughter come in and start wiping his face. And then she started oiling him down. And I'm like, damn, man, that's supposed to be his wife, but he treating her like his bottom bitch. How could you fucking exploit her like that and she's supposed to be your wife? I'm not going to let you get away with that, partner.
That's right.
I'm telling you. You seem to forget. You started this nightmare.
That's right.
Eligio. You think I'm playing with you, bro? Because you don't know me. When I see you,
Yeah,
I'm gonna punch you in your dick sucker. Yeah. I'm gonna punch you in your dick sucker so hard, I'm gonna knock your teeth down your throat because you playing with me. You don't know me. You underestimated me, man. And I'm glad you did, because I'm love to embarrass you. You know, you underestimated me. So now you're gonna have to find yourself making some real adjustable adjustments to adjusting. The first time I went on with him, he was trying to explain to me about that van situation. But I went back and I watched that video. And all I saw was a scared little boy in the back of the bus trying to be a martyr. Right? You understand what I'm saying? So,
yep.
All this shit you be talking, man, I think Olmec was the real gorilla over there, because that little scratch he had on his face when they was sitting there in that fucking, in a jail or wherever they was at, and he was crying, look what they did my face, look what they did my face, and Olmec sitting there with his fucking eye buzzed wide open, because he the one that took the real ass whooping, because your bitch ass bowed down when they took you off that van. Please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. Man, please. Boy, you was bitch made. You really is. Like, you flexing for what? You ain't gotta flex on me. You don't know me. You ain't gotta flex from fucking far, far away. It baffles me that he thinks he's an alpha male. You gotta remember, karma is a bitch. But come around, go around.
Yep.
When I see you, I'm telling you again, I'm gonna punch you in your dick sucker. And I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth down your throat. I'm telling you. I'm gonna see you.
Man.
Trust me. Them fucking woods ain't thin enough for me not to see you.
R.I.P. There we go, right there. R.I.P. to Larry Pops Marquez, you guys. And that is the end of show 9. That is, whew. You know, I bless God for my dad and my godfather I had in my life. My father passed away July 6th of 2023. But, I still have my godfather. So when I, need some sort of fatherly advice, I can turn to him. And that's a blessing, you know. And this father was just fighting like hell to get his daughter at least to give birth in the United States and ensure that the baby had U.S. citizenship. Because he knew down the line what could happen if she didn't. And she didn't listen. And so I just, oh man, it tears me up because I just can't imagine my father crying out to me, or crying out through social media to get my attention to say that he loves me, and I'm ignoring it. Now here I am, pregnant, about to have my first baby, and she's up in a cult. So it's crazy. But thank you all so much for listening. Make sure you hit the like button, share the video. Shout out to Hood Horrors for the excellent series. And thank you all so much for the support here. We're growing. So make sure you subscribe to the Lady Luck Club, and we will have show 10 coming up soon. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.